Hey guys, my name's Nova, this is Film Express, and today I'll be talking about one of my most anticipated movies of the year, Tar. This has to be one of the best movies of the year, guys. After 16 years of absence, Todd Field is back in the game. He's swinging for the fences on this one, and dare I say it, this is an absolute home run of a movie. Todd Field is proving to be one of the best American auteurs working in Hollywood right now. Tar is a fictional biopic that also acts as a heavy social commentary. It is one of the most daring and rewarding pieces of work that 2022 has to offer. This is a year where so many films have struggled to have really strong themes. Tar is something that's such a higher level of filmmaking, and it's the type of film that, if it was a novel, I would dare say that this would win the Pulitzer Prize for the year. This is one of those deep social commentaries, a socially aware, intelligent narrative that serves as a mirror to our current society. And you guys might have heard that Tar is about cancel culture, about the post-Me Too world, and about separating art from the artist. And while all of that is true, Tar is ultimately a character study that offers so much to its audience. This is a timely, ambitious, audacious, nuanced, intelligent film. This is the type of film I would put on the ranks, alongside Paul Thomas Anderson's The Master. Cate Blanchett is one of my favorite actresses of all time, and I have to say this might be her best performance, guys. I had strong hopes for Mia Goth and Claire Foy for this Oscar race this year, but Cate Blanchett came in from left field with Tar, and she stole the show. I think she's gonna win now at this point. Lydia Tar is a fictional character created by Todd Field, but the way Cate Blanchett portrays her, I honestly thought that this was a real person. I actually saw this movie with a couple of my friends. We didn't know if she was real or not, and we had to Google it after the fact to find out that this was a fictional character. It really shows the lengths that Todd Field went to writing and directing such a three-dimensional character with so much depth, and the lengths that Cate Blanchett went to bringing that character to life. I haven't seen a performance like this in a long time. This is the type of performance that's on par with Joaquin Phoenix in The Master or Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood. Cate Blanchett commands every second of this film, and she does it with so much creativity and grace and intelligence. This film requires her to switch back and forth between English and German and do things that, most directors would not put a female protagonist through. This film definitely challenges gender norms in that way, and Tar is unlike any female protagonist I've ever seen. And for that reason alone, this is one of the best character studies I think I've seen in a long time. Todd Field's techniques in this film, as far as a director, I would say they're very reminiscent of Stanley Kubrick and Michael Haneke, a very calculated and deliberate pacing to everything. Some of the dialogue scenes, there were 4, 5, 6 minutes long. Every line of dialogue was so calculated, and it came with such weight that every scene for me felt like a breeze. That was a breezy 3 hours. But I must say that this is the type of film that you really do need to have patience for. One of my friends didn't end up liking it so much because it is a long movie, and it does take some time to get rolling. But by the time that it does, if you're invested in the character and you're invested in the story, this is one of the most incredible roller coasters that I've been through in a long time. Tar is a dark, dark film, and yes, this falls in line with Todd Field's previous films. In the Bedroom and Little Children are definitely very, very dark dramas. They deal with subject matter that most directors won't even touch, especially Little Children. They're very challenging to the audience, and both stories, I would say, really challenge American culture. And I think Tar is no different. Tar is challenging cancel culture. It's challenging, whether we should separate art from the artist, and it does so in such a way that it offers no easy answers. It's really the type of film that you're going to be discussing with your friends on the way home. Like a good essay, it provides both sides of the argument, and I think that's what a good film should do when it has a really strong theme. It offers a really morally complex journey where you really don't know how to feel about certain things. Yes, Lydia Tar is a menace of a character, but it really begs to question if she deserves what she goes through in this film. If it was up to me, this film would be nominated for many, many Oscars, whether it's Cate Blanchett, Todd Fields, writing and directing. The cinematography and the editing as well, they should be in consideration. There are some films that you watch, once it ends, that's where your journey with the film ends. But Tar is one of those films that as soon as I walked out of the theater, I was thinking about that film. 2 days later, I'm still thinking about that film. And yes, I'm sorry I've been delayed to get to my review, but I really wanted to try to get my thoughts together. Like I said, this is one of the most challenging, daring pieces of work 2022 has to offer. There's so many things that Todd Field adds in this film, with his directing style that are so cryptic, and they definitely requires a second or third viewing. You might blink and you miss them. In fact, one of my friends, he went to the bathroom in the middle of the movie because it is a long film. He missed one of the biggest scenes of the film. It's not a fault of his own or anything, but it's the type of film where it might feel like a lull, and then all of a sudden, you're missing one of the most important lines or one of the most important moments. And that just goes to show that it's a type of film where you have no idea what's coming. It's very unpredictable. That for me is one of the joys, in storytelling, is when I don't know what to expect. And yes, I have admitted that this film is dark, that's for sure. I also have to say that this film has some of the funniest scenes and funniest lines that I've heard in a long time. And I really have to credit Todd Fields' writing and Cate Blanchett's acting for this, because the comedy really hits hard. And by the time that ending hits you, I was dying laughing. I know some people in the theater had a mixed reaction. That ending is definitely going to be divisive, but for me, it absolutely worked. And it only worked because it was a comedic tone at the end of such a grueling and dramatic journey. It really worked for me. I'm bewildered because this is just a work of a really strong artist who's very deliberate in his tone and his pacing. He's very calculated in his themes and his messages and what he wants to get across. To think that he waited 16 years and he came back with this is just something to applaud, because I can't believe that we're graced with such a fantastic film. I'm hearing talks that Todd Field may be in talks to direct Cormac McCarthy's Blood Meridian. That's my favorite novel of all time, guys. So if that does happen, I feel like Todd Field is the right person for this, but we'll see. No matter whatever he does next, I'm fully on board, because at this point, he's made 3 films and he's 3 for 3. All 3 are intense, very highly artistic and very intelligent, dark, dramatic, rewarding films that demand a rewatch at the end of the day. And I really feel like I should go back and watch In the Bedroom again and Little Children again, and I would love to see Tar again. In fact, I might go see it in the theaters again this week because it's unlike anything I've ever seen. So that's my review of Todd Field's Tar. It's absolutely one of my favorite films of the year, and we'll see how it fares in my list at the end of the year, but right now it's right up there with Triangle of Sadness. My name's Nova, this is Film Express. Please like and subscribe and share some comments. It would really help the channel a lot. I'll catch you guys next time. See ya.